10 Best Picks presents the top 10 best noise-cancelling headphones. Starting at number 10. Sony Mdr Zx 110 North Carolina. The Sony Mdr Zx 110nc are mediocre mixed-usage headphones that have decent audio reproduction and don't leak much. Unfortunately, they feel cheaply made and poorly isolate listeners from ambient noise. They don't fare well in loud, noisy environments and also have no control options when connected to your phone, which is disappointing. The Sony Mdr Zx 110nc are decent-looking headphones but offer nothing remarkable with their style. They have a matte all-black color scheme. The ear cups have a stylized back cover that adds a little more flair to the design. These headphones won't stand out, but their understated style will work for some. The Sony Mdr Zx 110nc have a lightweight design, and the headband does not exert too much pressure on the ears. However, the lack of padding on the headband and the slightly stiff ear cups that do not swivel make these headphones a little uncomfortable. Also, the small ear cups of the on-ear design might not be for everyone. The build quality is below average. The all-plastic design and thin headband looks cheap and does not feel durable. The headband might snap under moderate physical stress, and the unique hinge mechanisms are additional weak points to an already fragile design. The ear cups, on the other hand, are relatively dense, which is a plus. These headphones do not deliver a stable fit. They will easily slip off your ears during high-intensity activities and would not be suitable for running or any kind of sports use. They don't apply enough pressure to maintain their position when you tilt your head. The audio cables are also non-detachable, which will pull the headphones off your head if they get caught on something. The Sony Mdr Zx 110nc deliver a decent sound but a mediocre mixed-usage experience. They feel cheaply built and poorly isolate listeners from ambient noise. They're a low-budget pair for casual listening or recording thanks to their low leakage, but lack too many features to be versatile enough for all use cases. At number 9. Vanco C750. The Vanco C750 incorporates a pretty standard design with its round ear cups. The ear cans are quite big as well, which gives this model a bulkier look. The ear pads are made from a cozy mesh material which is comfortable enough on the skin, though prolonged use might make your head and ear feel warm. The ear cups of the C750 headphones also swivel 90 degrees that allow it to lay flat on your chest when worn around the neck. This is a necessary addition as the cups are considerably big. The headband also features the correct amount of padding added comfort. The good quality of the band is with best notch flexibility. We tried stretching as far as we can, it managed, and returned to its actual form with relative ease. Furthermore, the headband extendable and easy. The build quality of this headphone is good enough like C751 to handle some blows. Twisting or turning the headset does not produce annoying squeaky sounds. Inside the packaging, you get the headphone itself and a case, a 3.5mm audio cable, and a USB charging wire. The case allows for simple and compact travel. Moreover, these wireless headphones are a good option for work environments. When I notice after first wearing Vanco C750 is how comfortable they are compared to Vanco C751. While a few have mentioned the clamping force is a little tight, I would completely disagree. There is enough to keep the headsets from sliding off your head. They fit snug around your ears, but yet they are not putting any force against your head either. And the thick ear pads to work actually well and giving a fine, comfortable listening experience. The challenge is that about 40 minutes of wearing these cheap Bluetooth headphones or so you can start to develop a hot area on the peak of the head. But still, whenever I first wear these wireless headsets on, they are always super comfortable and feel quite soft and cozy around my ears. Number 8 of my list. Sony Whx B900n. The first thing you notice about the Sony Whx B900n is that they're made mainly of a lightweight plastic, which is nice considering that you're going to be using them out and about most of the time. They're surprisingly flexible and fit on the head nicely thanks to the padding at the crown and the ear pads. Sony usually does a good job at making sure that its headphones are fairly portable, and these are no different. The ear cups rotate 90 degrees to lie flat and fold at the hinges for a smaller footprint. The plastic build also has a weird texture that almost feels like it's fused with fabric or something similar that provides just a bit of grip to it, which really comes in handy when using the swipe playback controls. I should preface this section by saying that if you're into bass, these will be right up your alley. I, however, would prefer not to have my eyeballs shake when listening to Obla Di, Obla Da, which I didn't even know was possible before wearing these headphones. If you were hoping for similar attention to detailed sound as the WH-1000XM4 headphones, then you'll be disappointed. These are clearly tailored for bass heads. The mids didn't have that same problem and seemed to do a good job with both instruments and vocals. Though I will say that, because of the strong bass on these, there was some unintentional masking going, which forces you to really pay attention to anything in the lower mids. I had no problems with the highs, which were clear without being piercing. The cymbals throughout the song generator Second Floor by Freelance Whale sounded fine and had a nice amount of reverb with the cymbals. As you can hear in the sample below, my voice is pretty much unaffected by the microphone, as most of the important frequencies have fairly equal emphasis. That means that my voice is being picked up nicely by the microphone, and most of the frequencies will sound equally loud to the person on the other end. Even someone with a deeper voice like Chris Thomas, whose voice was cut off by the Bose QC35 in our last Versus video, would come away unscathed by this microphone. If you still want bass but can't ditch the cool factor that the Beats brand has, then you should check out the Beats Solo Pro. While these are on ears and not over ears, they're well made and have decent active noise cancelling to boot. The problem is the lack of a proper seal, causing subpar isolation, which is to be expected as these are on ears. You also won't get any of the codec support you'll find here or the transparency mode, but still, Beats has actually made a good product with these. Coming at number 7. Anker LifeQ 30. Anker isn't just a name synonymous with affordable portable charging solutions. No. The company has also made its mark in the cheap headphones market with a flurry of releases over the past 3 years, ranging from wireless headphones to truly wireless earbuds. After making some headway with the popular LifeQ 20, a noise-canceling model that received favorable reviews and continues to sell well, Anker set out to create its successor, the LifeQ 30. A notable upgrade, these over-the-ear Anker cans grant listeners deeper bass, stronger noise neutralization, and extra features that elevate the listening experience. They also retain many of the same hallmarks that made the LifeQ 20 so popular, including reliable connectivity and unbeatable battery life. But don't expect perfection, as the $80 LifeQ 30 has its fair share of flaws. Anker took to heart many of the LifeQ 20's design criticisms and improved the aesthetics of this next-gen model. The end result is impressive, with the LifeQ 30 looking and feeling more premium. If it weren't for Anker's reputation as an inexpensive brand, you would believe these were sub-luxury headphones. Anker isn't Anker's forte, but the company's noise neutralization has improved with every new release. The LifeQ 30 is exemplary. Is it Bose or Sony quality? Of course not. That doesn't mean the Anker performance on these cans isn't any less effective. Wearing the headphones around the house, I was barely distracted by the ambient chaos that took place on Halloween, which ranged from bratty trick-or-treaters ringing the doorbell to my brother-in-law indulging in a Halloween marathon during AMC's Fearfest. The technology blocks out about 80% of external sounds, though you'll still hear high-frequency noises like whistles and sirens. But even in those cases, the noises aren't blaring enough to pull you away from whatever you're doing. Consider the Anker Soundcore LifeQ 30 one of the best noise-canceling deals out there. The combination of resilient Anker, custom-tuned sound and insane battery life should have these headphones marked much higher than $80. You're also getting popular features that only a handful of models in its price class boast, including a built-in EQ with multiple presets, 3 noise-canceling modes, and NFC compatibility. At number 6. COWIN E7 Pro. Starting with sound performance, the E7 Pro is equipped with 45mm large aperture drivers, which are better than the E7's 40mm. It's a small upgrade, but still provides much better audio quality and bass response than its predecessor. With that said, the E7 Pro Bluetooth headphones still aren't pushing for the best for audio quality. They're noise-canceling headphones first and listening devices second. These wireless headphones kick noise cancelling up a notch by having a noise reduction depth of 30 decibels, which is a solid improvement over the COWIN E7's 28 decibels. People talking nearby won't be as noticeable or distracting. You're getting a better overall performance boost. If there was anything that didn't get a noticeable improvement, it was the mic. Sure, the battery is still 30 hours, but it's much more efficient. You'll get 30 hours consistently, and it does this by reducing the max audio volume a bit. The build quality has definitely improved over the original over-ear headphones, especially around the ear cups. The original E7 has a gloss finish to its plastic material that made it look cheaper than it actually was, the worst offender being the chrome end pieces. This time around, COWIN went with a more matte finish and even blackened the end pieces where the strap meets the earbuds. Although the COWIN E7 Pro is still made of plastic, the aesthetic design choices make it appear more in line with its performance quality. The COWIN E7 Pro is an affordable pair of noise-canceling headphones that won't let you down when you need to drown the world out and enjoy some tunes while you're at it for a solid 30 hours. The mic isn't the best, but canceling sounds is where it shines the brightest. For $20 more than its original and still manages to be affordable, you can't go wrong with the COWIN E7 Pro. For more information and price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. Halfway of my listed number 5. Sony WH-1000XM4. When Sony's WH-1000XM3 headphones arrived in 2018, they were the first noise-canceling headphones that really gave Bose's Quiet Comfort models a run for their money. Now, Sony's successor model has arrived. And like any good Hollywood sequel, the eagerly awaited WH-1000XM4 is equal parts familiar and satisfying, with a dash of slight disappointment thrown in. While we reviewed this earlier in 2020, it stood the test of time versus products that have come after in the category. As such, we're awarding it an editor's choice. If you expected major changes and upgrades, you'll be a little underwhelmed. But if you thought the 1000XM3 was pretty great, which I did, and just needed to fix some of its small flaws, you may very well be happy that Sony has made some incremental improvements that address many of the little gripes users had. The long and short of it is what may just have been the best noise-canceling headphone of the last 2 years has gotten a little better. By how much? That's what this review is all about. Sony had pulled even with Bose as far as noise cancelling goes, and then arguably went slightly ahead with the release of the XM3. The noise cancelling of both companies' headphones is quite effective, but in my limited testing with the Sony WH-1000XM4, it does seem to be a tad better at muffling ambient noise than the XM3. This model appears to be tops for noise cancelling, but I'll have to conduct more tests to say that for certain. As for the touch control's response in cold weather, Sony says it has made some improvements with that issue as well. I'd love to test it, but it's summer where I am, and I don't have a walk-in freezer handy. But once the cold weather comes, I'll update this review. I'm not convinced the touch controls will work flawlessly at really low temps, but then again, a lot of electronics can't handle sub-zero weather. I will say they're still pretty toasty on your ears in hot weather. That's Sony's WH-1000XM4 in a nutshell. If you already own the WH-1000XM3, it's probably not worth upgrading, it's just not that big a leap forward. But this is a great headphone that's now about 15 to 20% better, thanks to a few small but significant upgrades, and it should improve a bit further with firmware updates. Coming in at number 4 of my list. Sony WH CH710N. The first thing you'll notice when you take these out of the box is just how light they are. At 218 grams they don't weigh much at all, and you don't feel like you're wearing a giant gadget on your head when you put them on. That's because these are made entirely of plastic and not the less expensive kind. What I mean is, the build materials here aren't premium by any stretch. This is the first and obvious part of the headphones that took a hit in order to get the price down. There's a lot of creaks and squeaks here, and while the ear cups do swivel 90 degrees to lie flat, there's no hinges. So if you're trying to save space in your bag, you're out of luck here. The plastic also has a habit of amplifying sounds. So if you happen to accidentally bang into something, or even just lightly scratch the side of the headphones, you'll hear it immediately. The battery life here is great. Sony headphones aren't known for skimping on battery, and these are no exception. The company claims that you can get 35 hours of constant playback. In our battery test, I had these on an output of 75 decibels with active noise cancelling turned on and managed to squeeze out 41 hours and 35 minutes of constant playback, which is more than the company even claims on the packaging. Beyond that, these also have quick charging. So if you forget to charge Sony WH CH710N up before heading out the door, just 10 minutes on the charger will give you a solid 60 minutes of playback. The Sony WH CH710N sound really good, and I enjoyed my time using them, but they're not perfect. As you can see from the frequency response graph, these headphones only give a mild sort of emphasis to notes in the low end, so bass heads are probably better off with something like the Sony Whx B900n, since those have a much stronger low end. If you're not sold on these, but still want a pair of over-ear noise cancelling headphones, then don't worry, there are plenty of options. We have an entire list for some of the best noise cancelling headphones you can get, so if you don't mind saving for a little longer and spending more money, you can get some seriously great headphones like the WH-1000X-M3 or the Bose noise cancelling headphones 700. You can also go in the opposite direction if you want, as there are some other solid options you can pick up for less than $100 as well. At number 3. Beats SOL03. The Beats SOL03 Wireless is a well-built wireless headphone that sounds good in both wireless and wired modes and is relatively comfortable to wear for an on-ear headphone. Its battery life is best in class and has a remote control built into the right ear cup that's easy to operate by feel. The new W1 chip makes it super simple to pair with Apple devices. Beats SOL03 wireless on-ear Bluetooth headphone looks nearly identical to the Beats Solo 2 wireless because, on the outside at least, Beats hasn't updated its design. The big change is on the inside. The SOL03 uses Apple's new W1 custom Bluetooth chip, which improves battery life drastically and makes pairing the headphone with Apple devices dead simple. The headphone works just fine with Android and other Bluetooth-enabled devices, and the battery life rating is the same for iOS and Android, a whopping 40 hours. That's a huge jump over the 12 hours that the Beats SOL02 wireless is rated at, and this has the best battery life of any Bluetooth headphone I've tested so far. It also features Beats Fast Fuel feature, which gives you 3 hours of battery life from a 5-minute charge. This is a headphone that's designed to be worn outdoors, and the extra bass did come in handy when I was walking the streets of New York and was competing with a lot of ambient noise, including the subway when I went underground. The headphones passively seal out a good amount of sound, but some ambient noise does leak in, and the extra bass doesn't sound as accentuated outside, and the headphones comes across as a little more balanced. For more information and price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. Coming at number 2, Anker Soundcore Life Q20. If you're looking for a solid entry-level pair of active noise cancelling headphones, the Anker Soundcore Life Q20 Ank are very compelling. For the low price of $60, you get a pair of headphones that has decent sound quality, 40 hours of playback time, and active noise cancellation. In terms of sound quality, build materials, fit and finish, and most noise cancellation, the Sony WH-1000X-M4 and Bose noise cancelling headphones 700 are still the class leaders. Even compared to the older Sony WH-1000X-M3 and Bose QC35II, the Ankers don't stand a chance, and you shouldn't expect it to for the price. What the Anker Soundcore Life Q20 Ank offers is a solid pair of headphones for those looking for just the basics and good enough sound and noise cancellation. The Anker Soundcore Life Q20 Ank won't win any design awards, but they're still handsome and understated. Black is the only color that's available, but it looks more like a slightly metallic dark blue-gray in real life. The plastic build makes them light and comfortable for extended listening, but, as a trade-off, it does feel cheap. Also, weirdly, the buttons especially have a harsh clang when pressed. The sound quality for the Anker Soundcore Life Q20 Ank is good, but nothing to write home about. There's not much detail and the tonal balance is definitely on the warm side, emphasizing bass. This makes the headphone easy to listen to for extended periods as the sound is non-fatiguing, but those looking for more detail out of their listening experience will be disappointed. The Anker Soundcore Life Q20 Ank is a good starting point for those looking for active noise cancellation. Sound quality, battery life, and its physical controls are all good, but Ank is just average. They're a bit basic compared to the better Ank headphones out there and don't hold a candle to Bose and Sony's flagship models, but the Soundcore Life Q20 Ank are a good value. And number 1. COWIN E7. There are times in life where a great pair of headphones can make everything a little easier. Whether it's your morning commute, your daily walk, managing spreadsheets for your job, or doing laundry and dishes, headphones can keep you entertained. When shopping for a great pair of headphones, it can be easy to prioritize sound quality. But your first consideration should be how you'll be wearing them. This starts with the degree to which you'll need to filter outside noise. If you plan to use your headphones to listen to audiobooks during a loud train commute, for instance, noise cancellation will be an important feature. If you're just wearing them around the house, this won't be as important. Some people wear headphones for working out and running. This type of activity requires a pair of headphones designed to stay in place while you're wearing them. Ideally, you'll have an adjustable headband that snaps into place and stays there. Also, consider how bulky you'll want them to be if you're lifting weights or going for a run. Since you'll be wearing your headphones in public, chances are you'll find their appearance important. Some headphones come in a variety of color options to let you pick the one that works best for you. You'll also find some are more basic in design, while others have a glossy finish or blend multiple colors for extra appeal. Of course, there's no getting around the importance of high-quality audio. If you're primarily listening to podcasts or audiobooks, this might not be as big a deal. However, for those who listen to music, engage in gaming or watch TV shows or movies through headphones, audio quality will be an important factor. For more information and price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel, share this video and hit the like button.